That gentleman is now with us in studio to literally expound on just what he meant by that statement and the fact that, of course, overloading and other things are taking a toll on our roads. Just one aspect of the business that Avery East Africa does indeed engage in. Karibu sana, sir. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, so Mr. Nicholus Kithinji, CEO at Avery East Africa. In the past, when we said Avery East Africa, most people would say simple weights and measures. This is not the case anymore today. The company has really diversified. Maybe you can first give us an overview on that before we get into the topic of the day.
All right. Our company, as people know, what we are actually, which basically means the skills people.
Yes.
From 47 years ago, has predominantly remained in that sector for a long while. And over the years, we've diversified, and just like any other technological advancement area, we've gone more into software and integrated solutions. And we've also grown into the power infrastructure, engineering infrastructure, and the construction field. If you remember last year, I was here when we were launching the new pothole patching machine.
Yes.
And all this is meant, is the first step towards the road maintenance. If I can maybe very quickly touch on a few things that we've done in the last
very briefly
in the last few years, is if you look at the new way stations around Mariakani and Mlolongo, high-speed way in motion that has reduced the transit time between the way stations from around 2 hours to slightly less than 20 minutes. It's something that has been elusive. The first one in Africa, and the first one that keeps the country on toes.
So essentially what you're saying is that in the past, a truck used to have to come and stop at a way station for 2 hours to get processed, get its papers, and leave.
Yes,
and now it's taking just about 20 minutes because of new technology that your company has been able to install?
Yes, correct. That and also the new software systems that can be monitored. An auditable system that is able to monitor a truck if continuously it's overloaded, then the country can do something about the operators. And then the second phase is the pothole patching, a 3 minutes pothole patching, which is the first of the technology after South Africa in Kenya.
How does this work?
This is a very quick, cold, applied system. And what you do is when you come in, and that's where the name velocity comes, spray air at a high velocity, blow the dirt, and then spray the cold bitumen. 3 minutes, you're done, pothole done and dusted. And one of the good examples probably you can see is Olkaria, Horsegate Road, where we've done a full job. It's amazing. People never believe that you could do such, you could do maintenance in such a short time. So our company, over the years, has always been playing in the field, in the niche areas where it's a first phase of maintenance before you go now to the remedial maintenance.
Okay.
Yes.
Indeed, part of the conversation around overloading has been the fact that this has for a very long time been a problem in Kenya. We saw the state of the Nairobi-Nakuru and on to Malaba Road for many years simply because of overloading. Would you be able to say that what your interventions have brought is what is giving people peace of mind now that the road is a bit smooth?
Yes, correct. If I may, you talked about Eldoret Malaba.
Yes.
I'll give you the whole corridor from Mombasa to Malaba or to Busia. Anyone who's driven on that road can always see that the pavement worsens by the day. And one of the things that I love about our axle loads control division in Kenya National Highways is that they've had continuous improvement. Our technology, which comes from Czech Republic and Canada, is is one of the few systems in Africa that can quantitatively measure how fast you degrade a pavement by overloading. And I'll tell you, the life of the road is reduced 5-10 times more if you do 50% overloading.
So let's talk about your mainstay, Watu wa Ratili. The fact that 47 years ago you were here selling the traditional scales, 2 kg stones and that sort of thing, and the weighing balances. Today, technology has changed. We have the digital scales, we have computerized systems. Maybe you can tell us how this has changed and what this means for businesses.
Right. If you allow me,
Yes.
I'll very quickly touch about weights and measures.
Yes.
Weights and volumetric measures is what drives trade in the economy. And we run around two ideals, fair trade and consumer protection. So by absence of a standard weights or a measure, it means that you're not trading fairly.
Yes.
Now, over the years, 47 years ago, apparently one of our most sold equipment, the butchery scale,
Yes.
has become obsolete, and that's what people remember us for. Then there's a coffee dial scales.
Yes.
But over the years, especially in the last 10 years, we've gone more into electronic, into integrated softwares through the systems. We've gone into areas like the coffee digitization chain, where farmers have been losing more than 90% of the value of the coffee from the farm to by the time it gets to be exported. So you see still the same standard.
Yes.
We work very closely with the weights or measures. You see the same standard has been maintained, but the technological, we've even gone now into the social media in weighing.
Yes.
And apparently our projection is that in the next 3 years, the weighing equipment that you see in the market will be totally different from what you see each and every day.
What does this mean for a company, especially SMEs, knowing that these can tend to be expensive, but over time technology has started to make them more accessible and indeed improve efficiency and ease of doing business for people? What does this change mean for business?
Right. In terms of our customers?
Yes.
Yes, of course, these are capital expense.
Yes.
But the upside to it is that people are able to very strongly control their losses.
Yes.
We found in manufacturing areas where people have been losing 5-10% of their productivity, and of course that's pushed down to the consumers. So it's actually not a capital expense in the first phase. And what we urge our people is to look through not just at the total expense that you gain, but the futuristic view around it. And the people who've gone digital have realized that they've been missing a point.
Yes, let's finally talk about the integrity of your systems, especially because we've seen, for example, farmers who you have 100,000 acres of, so to say, wheat, but it has to be measured by the 96-kilogram bag. Yes. But people tinker with those things, and this has been a really big problem for farmers out there. The fact that a lot of them ask, how do we know that this thing is accurate, that we're not being taken for a ride? Do we have to purchase our own and then say this sort of thing? Because as technology moves, it should be able to give this sort of comfort and peace of mind to consumers.
Right. What I can probably tell the general public is, first of all, any weight equipment, any measuring equipment has to be stamped and standardized by weights and measures every year. So anytime that you're working with a scale that is not stamped, if the trader cannot show you a current stamp of weights and measures, then you're getting it wrong. Because each and every year they check this. The second thing is that people are using a lot of non-trade scales.
Yes. So
they've not gone through the verification.
Yes.
And anytime someone asks that, people run away. They will not even want to continue.
Okay. Sorry, I have to cut you right short because